man, what a roller coaster affair. The ups and downs, the highs, the lows. But we kept the main thing. The Eagles came out and won an overtime thriller versus the Washington Commanders at home. And man, I was pissed watching this one for different reasons. We'll get into those. But man, this offense finally looks like it's untracked. What's up, it's your boy Cintron coming back at you with another analysis video. And I kid you not, that's my real name. So early in the morning, 2 a.m. for me, 1 p.m. for you. Was watching the Eagles battle out with the Washington Commanders, and I think the Commanders started out getting the ball, and Eric Bieniemy, he set out to do exactly what they didn't do last week: get rid of the ball quick, not let Sam Howell take sacks, and get rid of the ball, so that they can avert the pass rush crashing down on them, and they did excellently. So coming out and scoring on their first 2 drives with the Eagles providing little resistance. It was just crazy how they let them drive up and down the field. Look, I get it. Sam Howell, he's won his first 3 starts, and he hasn't played all that horrible, but he's still more akin to a rookie quarterback than anything else. Only having, I think, 5 starts under his belt at this point. But listen, he's not good enough to go 29 for 41, 290, and like a 95 plus passer rating. There's no way you should be letting that guy come out and do that. Someone say he's Tua without the arm. I get it. He has some talent despite being a 5th round pick out of North Carolina. That being said, there's no way we should be sitting back and let him light us up. But the reason we did is because we're playing in this off-man coverage, giving them 10 yards or so. We want to read and react, and I ad nauseum talk about this in my videos, but it's crazy that we expect to stop people, giving them that much free access to, free releases, not letting the receiver, not challenging the receiver in their routes, letting them, have the in-breaking middle part of the field, and just being able to chip away the defense. I get it. We can't always play man coverage. You don't want to have the offense to have a beat on you, but you can't sit, do the opposite as well, like sit in a shell and wait for them to try and self-implode. You got to force them to make mistakes, especially a young guy. So that just drove me nuts. Fortunately, they came out in the second half and they did play diametrically opposed to that. They challenged him at the line. And it's like every time we do that, lo and behold, we're able to stop them, get them off the field, 3 and out. At one point in the second half, they had 18 total yards, which is, showing that we could shut them down. And then this guy here, Brian Robinson, didn't allow him to get going, 3.21. Similar to the 3.7 yard average he had last year, but 14.45, he had a 15-yard touchdown. Outside of that, nothing doing. The first play, he came and ran, I think maybe into the line of scrimmage, and it was 3 Eagles there to stop him. Chief among them being Cunningham, who was our leading tackler today. He played an excellent game. But, the line was sacrificing all day, 2-gap, and they were double teaming Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox to try and make sure that those guys didn't go off. And the outside guys, they switched this game up and they played well, getting some sacks. We did sack Howell 5 times. So, and some of them were kind of negligible, but some of them were some hard hits. And we'll get to the player who shown today, but that was mainly because of the line in front of him sacrificing, like I said. Sam Howell was actually, their leading yards per carry averager with 6.67. He uses legs smartly, adeptly, escaping that pass rush. And we got to be better disciplined in keeping him in those lanes. And similar to what we did last week, but we just let him, squirt out the back, pause. And Antonio Gibson wasn't able to do anything. He was even worse than Robinson. And he also had a fumble. We weren't able to capitalize, but he has ball security issues. But Logan Thomas, he had an interesting play. They didn't try to push, but it was a quarterback sneak. He's a former quarterback. Shifted to tight end in the league. Got 2 yards. He got the first down, so they got what they needed, but nothing doing on the ground. So that made them one-dimensional, but didn't really matter because we were allowing them to have whatever access they wanted to the field. And if we're gonna play off, man, I would rather us play a zone behind that. Not play a zone like that deep, but cover 2 or something. We gotta play something to combat that, like create holes. But it's not even a hole. It's just a gap, and we're just like, okay, have that, and we'll attack you. And then we pick our spots where we want to attack them. Like, it's just not good enough, especially for the better quarterbacks in the league, the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens. Hell, even next week, Matthew Stafford's. And he had a rookie go off, 9 catches for $163. It's concerning, man. It's highly concerning because I don't know what we're going to do next week, what our approach is going to be. But Terry McLaurin, the numbers don't even look that bad, 8 for 86, but he was just getting chunk yardage. I mean, some of them were underneath stuff where we quickly corralled him, and, surprisingly so. But we allowed him too much space. And when you do that, Terry's going to cook. He runs a 4.3. The guy's fast, and he runs good routes. So it's crazy to give him, free access off the line and expect Darius Slay to be able to cover him and keep up with him. Right, Diami Brown, he hit, a couple of big plays. I think one of them was like an underneath route that allowed him to turn upfield, and just a discipline there. But we're so patchwork in the secondary, guys in, guys out, and guys hurt. Justin Evans was out this game with a neck injury. He practiced on Friday, but wasn't able to go. So hopefully he's able to suit up next game, because him and Reed would make a solid duo. But Terrell Edmonds, he did not play well. Like they said, they were targeting him, and that penalty they got on him, at least the one where he hit the guy right as he stepped on the white, which is officially the no hit strike zone. It was bang bang. So the refs got to do a better job with that. We got some pretty horrible calls. Usually it averages out, and I'm pretty fair, but a lot of these were some of them were ticky tacky, and especially like on the first 2 touchdowns. I think both plays helped them out. And yeah, Zach Cunningham, that was a hold, whatever. But like, it was just like providence for them and coincidence. I'm like, come on now, refs, you do. And yeah, I don't know the ref crew, but I know when they have that one black guy with the glasses, they throw a lot of flags, and it's just like, come on, you guys, lead, you gotta look at this. It's shady. I don't like it going either way because I like a clean game. But back to the game, Curtis Samuel just killing us on underneath stuff because, like I said, we gave free access to that, and they're using the speed they have. He's a speedy guy, runs a 4.3 as well, and just letting him have that access. It just it's just in Hollywood. Access denied, please. Logan Thomas also let him have some. I mean, that was one bad reception that I saw with not Bradbury, Blankenship in coverage, and I think he just put himself. I mean, he didn't react to the route properly, but just bad position, I think, to begin with. Jahan Dotson didn't do too much, but he did have the touchdown to send the game to overtime. And it was just like, Josh Jobe, you got to be. I mean, like, it was 3 Eagles in the area, and none of them were a factor in that play. If you guys are gonna leverage that, play inside outside. But he was outside. I mean, you were inside, and he was, and all the guys were inside. So it's like, where is the leverage? Why you guys playing so off? And it's not just you're off. You're off. You're just deep into the end zone, and there's not a high-low concept where you guys underneath and over the top. You just seem to be out of sorts. I mean, it's something that just gotta get settled. I don't know if it's all the moving pieces and people playing next to a different member each and every week, but it's something we gotta get settled on, man. Because the defense, the offense, it's funny. We keep playing Jekyll and Hyde. This week the offense showed up, and then defense didn't really. I put it on coaching though. Like, I don't know if it's really a complicated issue. Are they teaching the corners to play like that, play off, or is it up to them? If it's up to the coaches, that ain't good enough. if it's up to the players, you guys gotta, should be getting reamed out by the coaches, which leads me to think that it's the coaches, because if you're coaching them to play like that, and I love how Cintron put it, it's passive play. And anytime you're gonna be, you're passive, you're gonna get, someone's gonna be the aggressor, and you're gonna get beat up on. You're gonna get abused. So, defense, the line did his job, and it was concerning to see Cam Jurgens go out with that foot injury. Hopefully, he's not gonna go on IR like Nakobe Dean went out in the boot. So we'll see how that shakes out. But Landon Dickerson was able to play the whole game, so no issues there. But Jordan Mailata didn't have the best game. It wasn't the worst game, but it tend towards okay side. And they said the line play was okay. I had to go look at the tape, but I thought we gave Jalen adequate time at times. But that's a fearsome foursome there with Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Chase Young. He's revitalized. He gave Jordan Mailata fits, as I just said, and then what's his name? The other kid. Not the other kid, but Montez Sweat. He chased Hurts down in one play, and I'm like, oh man, just that speed. He runs a 4.4 at his size, which is crazy. Kendall Fuller played solid, but we were able, to take advantage of him in a couple plays. And Jamin Davis, he was scared as hell on that wheel route where he got the defensive, I think, pass interference. And people, it's crazy. The Eagles fans were like, "Whoa, we look horrible." Like, guys, calm the fuck down. We're 4-0, man. 4-0. You know how hard that is to do? The Dolphins got shellacked this week after, beating the crap out of the Broncos. We don't want to be up and down. We want to be consistent. And yeah, we're inconsistent, but we're consistent in the most pertinent category. Dubs. So, I mean, Swift didn't catch that. He was being assaulted, which is why he couldn't. Benjamin St. Juste, he at times was solid. Forbes played better than his status, station being a rookie. But, he got into A.J. Brown's head, and that last penalty cost us, gave them extra yardage. And you can see A.J. Brown on the sideline. He was like, because he knew he effed up. You're a captain. You're wearing that C on your chest, and you can't let yourself get overly emotional, react emotionally, do some dumb, childish, immature bullshit when other guys are looking to you to be example. Now other guys think that's okay on our roster. We got to be better. But yeah, he's still growing. He's still only 26. Coming into this league, with all these guys are superstars. Expecting to be the most mature guys. Jalen is an aberration. But anyways, it was interesting, man. I didn't see when Jartavius Martin went out, but then wouldn't notice him anyways. But Curl was solid. He was their leading tackler, and he had a sack on us. But yeah, we were able to get over the top and just be patient. And Emmanuel Forbes, he, like I said, double moves going into the game. He bit on 2, and yeah, it was to his detriment, and he was pissed off at himself. But he played kind of okay. Expect drawing the assignment. He's $166. He's giving up like 60 plus yards against 60 plus pounds against AJ Brown. That's a hard ask. And then when he got caught on Devonta Smith, no fault of his own, but that boy just plays up against these Commanders. All right, Jalen Hurts, man, solid numbers. He started 10 of 12 the first quarter. We just didn't have the ball, and they were employing that same strategy, keeping the ball away from the Eagles. We're like, oh man, it's gonna go down the same road. This is the same movie film we're watching. It's a horror flick at this point, and we're stuck in a dream sequence. Can't stop it. But we were able to take over the game. We went away from the run way too early. Only 14 to 56 for DeAndre Swift, 4 yards a carry. And I get it. We got to give him a couple more touches. Because game came well. He came in fumble. A 3rd and 11 red zone again. Like some of the play calling, man. Again, had him running a counter, a sweep. What the hell is that? Let Jalen throw. Let Jalen cook in the red zone. Some of it's just mystifying. We had some good calls like the double move. These people saying, "Oh, don't go down there and score." Like, no, when you have the point, you take the fucking points. You rely on your defense, but let's just say we play for a field goal and then they get the ball back and we give them a little time, but they, by some freak accident, they go and score. You're sitting there with the egg on your face looking stupid when you could have scored a touchdown. You don't play for potential. You play for what you have. But yeah, Jalen, came out and played his best game, best effort so far. And, letting playmakers do some work. Like he threw the ball to Devonta, and he came down with it, in a crowd, sky and above, just like he did last year. 2 catches, but he just gets up for playing against the Commanders. I love it. But yeah, A.J. Brown demanded today 9 for $175, 300 yards over the last 2 weeks. Yeah, he's getting the lion's share of the targets, but man, what a beast. That 59-yard touchdown. He's weaving and bobbing through traffic, and Olamide Zaccheaus is blocking for him, and Smitty as well. Just supreme effort. And shout out those two blocking for him as well. Devonta only had 7 for 78, but he caught most of the passes coming his way. It was crucial in moving the chains. And Dallas Goedert, those 2 catches were crucial. One of them was just like he was being interfered with, and he still came down with it just beastly. We need to get the man more targets, find a way to get him in the game. And Swift, nice 4 for 23. Call all the balls, came his way, except for the one that the pass interference. Only 1 catch for Zaccheaus, but it was crucial. If we can make him, put an emphasis on getting him the ball a little bit, because that one target, he it was behind him with Hurts, but he did well, and he's a threat out there. I like that we had Covey in the game as well because we don't have Watkins out there, but it was nice. Nicholas Morrow, man, can't say enough about him. He forced fumble, had 3 freaking sacks. He's playing his ass off. Zach Cunningham playing solid in run support, but those guys really being buttressed by this line here. Josh Jobe got some work, but he's playing as better than you can expect from a first-year starting guy. I don't like James Rapper in the slot. I just don't. I don't think he can. He's not acclimated. I don't know how long it will take him to get acclimated, if he will, because they're testing him on the outside as well, because his long speed is not that great, but he plays with mostly good technique. But I think inside, it was a mirror of the Super Bowl for me, that one where he pulls on the jersey. I don't like him there. So Reed Blankenship is solid. Just that one play where he pushes Terry out and he steps on his arm. If Reed doesn't challenge that, contest that, he might go down there and make that catch, and they might score. Crucial. Fletcher Cox played like a man possessed, really just blowing up plays and getting in the backfield. Hassan Reddick getting his first sack. He was getting work all day. It was nice to see him finally get rewarded for his efforts, and really makes a difference. So hopefully he's getting on track with that thumb cast off. Williams didn't really see him, but I know that these guys were plugging back there. And then one of the players of the game, Jake Elliott, crushing that 54-yarder like it was nothing. It's like I said, it's funny. We go out there and be like, okay, let him just go out there and win the game, because he's just gonna go out there and do that, without making any ifs, ands, or buts about it. Brandon Mann looked shaky. He had the last punt he had was the best, but I'm gonna have another punter to go through because it just doesn't look like we have our guy. But I don't know. Some people said on Eagles Eye in the Sky podcast, like, might have saved his job with the last one because it was just looking horrible. And Britton Covey doing solid work. He's one of the better punt returners in the league. It's time we accept that. But man, exhilarating game. I was on the edge of my seat. My live stream went out early. Technical errors, but hopefully get that adjusted. Man, I'm excited. We're 4-0, and I'm looking forward to the Rams. But first, we're going to do some reconnaissance and some self-scouting, looking at stuff. But it's all good. You're not even watching, but I'm in a new location. It's all white here. But not like that. I like that. But anyways, we're going to get out of here. You're sick of seeing my face. You're not even watching. But as always, it's fly, Eagles, fly, and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.